Hey there, Aces here, and in today's video what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to make $100 a day by selling other people's proven products. So if you're watching this video, chances are that you are either in research mode right now trying to figure out, what's the best business model or how it's possible for you to be able to make money online, or maybe you've been trying it already for a little while but you haven't quite got the results you wanted to just yet. In either case, what I want to do is kind of want to walk you through the process here, guys, of how you can actually use other people's proven products to actually start making some money online, which in my opinion is probably one of the best and easiest ways for you to kind of get started when it comes to building your business online. And again, if this is your first time kind of tuning into the channel, I really would appreciate it if you find value in this video, go ahead and give the video a like, as well as you can always subscribe to the channel as well, because I'll be dropping videos like this on a regular basis, and I look forward to seeing you guys in some of those future videos. So let's get started. So the business model that I'm actually sharing with you guys here in today's video is affiliate marketing. So if you see me guys looking off to the sides, because I actually have my computer notes here and I'm following along with you, but one of the biggest reasons why you'd want to start off with affiliate marketing, guys, is because of the fact that there's just so much opportunity there. So by the end of 2020, there was recently a post by Huffington Post that shared that they predict that affiliate marketing is going to be an over $6 billion industry. That's a billion with a B, guys, by the end of 2020. So that means that there is a ton of opportunity there for you guys to be able to, really take advantage of this business model. And there's a ton of other reasons why you'd want to get started with this as well. So, if you're not too familiar with the actual business model that is affiliate marketing, let me kind of just break it down for you guys really quickly. So think of affiliate marketing as almost like you being a digital salesperson, right? The main idea is that you're going to find a product or a service that you enjoy or that you believe in, and you're going to go out there and you're going to promote it. And for anybody who actually ends up buying that product or service through you, right, basically the company or the product creator will basically pay you a commission for you helping them basically sell or find a customer, right? So why is affiliate marketing one of the better business models, in my opinion, to kind of get started with if you're just getting started with online marketing? Well, the first thing is that you don't have to actually worry about anything when it comes to product creation, which is obviously kind of evident because you're promoting somebody else's product, but also you don't have to worry about anything to do with kind of customer service, right? So if you're, a product creator, if you're somebody who's actually providing a service or a product, right, often enough, there's other things that kind of come along with that, like worrying about merchant accounts, having to worry about customer service, having to worry about maybe salespeople or other staff and all that other stuff. But for you as an affiliate marketer, you don't have to worry about all that stuff. All you really have to worry about is promoting the product and actually making some sales. And that's really all about it, right? So it gets really simple when it comes to that part of the business model. The next reason why you'd want to kind of get started with affiliate marketing, guys, is also because it allows you to really master and get really good at the skills of marketing, right? So if you're, starting from scratch and you're trying to maybe create your own product, or do your own service or do your own thing, sometimes it can be really, really tough, right? Because you have to learn all the skills of marketing kind of as you're going, right? And you have to test a lot of stuff, and this can lead to you spending a lot of time, a lot of money that maybe you don't have right now, right, to try and figure things out, right? But with affiliate marketing, what it allows you to do is it allows you to focus on basically just having to sell a product that's already proven, right, that people are already buying, right? And that's one of the great things about it, right? So all you have to focus on is really just honing in and really mastering your skills of marketing, right? So how to, set up landing pages, how to set up a proper sales funnel, how to, how to close sales and stuff like that, right? And a lot of this stuff can honestly be automated as well, guys. And so it's another great thing. And so you're learning all these skills, as you're basically helping promote another product, and in the meantime making yourself some money, right? So you can kind of earn while you learn, which I think is an awesome opportunity for a lot of people. And the last thing that I think is really great about affiliate marketing is that because it is a thing that you can almost automate, to a certain extent, right? It allows it allows the business model to really be scalable, and really is a low barrier to entry, right? So you don't need too much to really get started with it, and you can actually scale this, guys, to a six-figure, a year business, a multi-six-figure a year business, or beyond, right? It really is up to you in terms of how big you really want to build this thing. And so affiliate marketing is a huge, huge industry, guys, and I think it's a really good opportunity for somebody who's just getting started. So when it comes to actually getting started with the affiliate marketing business, guys, there's really 3 starting points you can really start from. It really comes down to, what is your budget, right? So when it comes down to your budget, guys, you can pretty much start affiliate marketing for free if you wanted to. There's also, obviously, if you're a little bit on a lower budget, right, in like say $100 to $200 range, right, there's definitely things that you can do that can allow you to get started and fast forward a little bit with that kind of budget, as well as if you have a bigger budget, so $500 or more dollars to invest, then there's other things that you could definitely do. We're going to cover all of those things right now. So the first one is, what can you do by, just getting started for free, right? And so it starts by picking a platform. So what I mean by this, guys, is obviously we have access to social media. And social media is an amazing tool for you to be able to start growing your own affiliate marketing business, right? Because when it comes down to it, guys, the way for you to promote a product, promote a service, the best way is honestly through word of mouth, right? And so the way that you kind of want to think about affiliate marketing is not really that you're going to just be a salesperson, because when a lot of people think of salesperson, they think of like, a used car salesman or something like that, right? And they feel really sleazy about it and they don't really want to do it. But really the way affiliate marketing, if it's done properly, guys, is really more just of you becoming a trusted advisor, right? Meaning that people look to you maybe as an industry leader, as an expert in your niche, or whatever the case might be, and they are buying stuff because you're just recommending it, right? It doesn't have to be a hard sell at all, right? It could just you literally just be basically sharing links to these products because you say, because of the way that you approach it. And I'm going to share with you guys a few ideas here in just a minute, right, of how you can do this stuff, right, where it's really not really salesy at all, it's not sleazy at all, and you'll be able to make sales by doing stuff like this, right? So some of the avenues that you can definitely use to do some of this stuff is things like Facebook, right? So on Facebook, you can do things like Facebook by posting, really content-driven posts on things like Facebook groups, or if you don't mind being in front of the camera, kind of like I do, then you can go ahead and do things like Facebook Lives, right, where you're sharing maybe content, training, and other types of content on video, right? And so as you're sharing that stuff, you can also basically guide people to going ahead and figuring out or discovering the product or the services that you're actually going to be recommending. Through Instagram, guys, you can obviously do things like that as well. So there's obviously things like IGTV for the longer format type of content. So like with IGTV, you can obviously go for a few minutes or way longer, right, in terms of your content. You can also do Instagram Lives if you wanted to, if you're comfortable again doing live type of content, or just sharing stuff on your IG stories, right? Because I'm sure you're seeing that more and more industry leaders are using these tools to be able to sell product, right? They have things like links in their bios, or you can swipe up on their IG stories, or you can, they'll tell you to go check out the link in their bios through their Instagram Lives or whatever the case is, right? And so that's kind of the way that things are going. And so you just got to get a little bit creative and just find a platform that makes sense to you, right? So for somebody who might not be as comfortable on camera, you can do things like posting in Facebook groups, right? As opposed to maybe like the last option here, which is like YouTube, right? Where you can go ahead and create videos on YouTube and leave links in the description and things like that, or link out from your video and stuff like that for people to find out about your products or your services. So I want to share with you guys a couple of examples of how some of this stuff actually works, right? So the first one I want to share with you guys here is actually YouTube. So on YouTube, right, I'm sure you guys have seen stuff like this all the time, and I actually wanted to share this particular example because this particular example is something that I personally used, right? So the other day, because obviously I record videos here on YouTube, I was looking for a light that I could use in my office for me to record videos in the evening, right? Because I don't have lighting, and even as I speak right now, it's kind of sunset right now, so hopefully this video doesn't get too dark. But the idea really is, guys, is that I was looking for a light, right, that I could use to record YouTube videos at night. And so I basically did a quick search on YouTube, right, for like the best lighting for YouTube videos, and I came across this guy's videos, right? So Justin Brown, and what was cool is that he actually broke down a few different lights that he uses for different purposes, right? And at the end of this video, the one that I actually have screenshot here, he actually went ahead and shared, the exact lighting setup that he had in his current room that he was actually in. As you can see, the lighting in this video was pretty good, and so when I saw the lights that he was using, I'm like, hey, that's the light that I actually want. And so what ended up happening was, at the end of the video, he's like, hey, if you guys want the links for the cameras, or sorry, for the lights that I mentioned here in this video, go ahead and go to the description. I have them all linked out there for you. So I was like, sweet. All I did was I went down, and exactly where that arrow is, I ended up buying that Tolifo PT176 light, and that's the one that I literally have sitting next to me right now here in this video. So this stuff works, guys, right? So basically all he did was he created some videos where he's reviewing different products that he's personally used. He purchased them himself, and he went ahead and just shared his knowledge, right? And because of that, and I saw the setup that he had, I was like, you know what? I like the lighting that he has in his video. I love the content he has put out, right? And he helped me basically make a buying decision, and all he had to do was create that video. I found a light that served my purpose, and I'm loving this light, by the way. And so it's a win-win for everybody, right? So this is a great example of how you can do affiliate marketing where it's not sleazy, not slimy, and everybody's happy. So another option here, guys, is things like Instagram, right? So on Instagram here, we're on Gary V's feed here, right? And so you can see that he obviously has a link to his wine company there on his profile. But if you follow Gary at all, you'll see that he uses pretty much any and every way to kind of promote different things, whether it's just his content, whether it's an actual product, whether it's a service or anything, through his social media feeds, right? So on Instagram, if you follow any of his lives, he will link out, or if he's got his Insta videos of the day, right? You can easily swipe up to find new content he may be sharing. He'll have links, like in his description here. Sorry, on his profile here and stuff like that, right? So you guys can do the exact same thing. All you got to do is create content around the product or the service that you actually want to talk about, right? So if you're talking to people, let's say for example, if you are in a specific niche, right, you want to obviously create content that people in that niche would want to watch. So if you, for example, are like Gary V's a little bit of a different example because he's just so big that he can pretty much guide people to pretty much almost anything he wants. But if you, for example, were somebody who was in the fitness industry, right, and so you created an Instagram page, right, and all you did is talk about different workout techniques and dieting tips and all this other stuff, right? And if you had maybe a link in your profile, kind of like Gary Vee does here, right? But that link leads to maybe like a special workout program that you're giving people, or you want people to sign up for maybe a personal training, like video personal training, right? That they can sign up with you. People would gladly do that because they're providing content, you're providing them value, you're helping them achieve their goals. And so in the process, you can obviously make some sales along the way. Another option here then, guys, is Facebook, right? So I have a couple of examples here. One is one of my own, right? So from one of my Facebook groups, something that I did is inside of my Facebook group, I basically went ahead and I was regularly kind of doing Facebook Lives, and so at this point I didn't, so that's why I was apologizing. I was like, hey guys, sorry I didn't do a Facebook Live today, but here is actually a blog post I was actually working on today that I was really busy doing, which is why I didn't jump on my live, and I think it'd be a really great value for you guys to go ahead and read, right? And so the cool thing is that inside of that blog post I have a lot of different affiliate links and things that people can actually click onto that could potentially make me sales down the road, right? And so it's a really innovative way of being able to do that, right? I also have an example here of Frank Kern. So if you don't know who Frank Kern is, you probably will at some point. So he's actually a really big online marketer, and basically what he's done here, right, is he actually jumped on, I believe this was a Facebook Live, and he was talking about something. He's giving people like a little bit of a value lesson in here, right? And so he basically had a little link there, says, hey, if you want to figure out how I did the same thing. So if you read through this, he says, last week I met, with 7 private clients. I asked them, what the number one skill was that gave them the most success. There were several different answers, but the biggest one won't be a surprise. It was learning how to make a sale from a distance, and as in sales letters, videos, or from the stage and on social media. He's like, you want to see how they do it? Click here, right? And so basically he's hinting at, I have this really cool value bomb that I want to share with you guys. Click on this link, and I guarantee you that that link will either be something that you have to pay for, or something that he'll give you something and will lead you to a sale potentially, or something like that, right? And so that's a perfect example of how you can actually use content to go ahead and actually drive people to a product or a service that could lead to you making some sales. All right, guys, so let's say that you are starting with a budget of $100 to $200, right? And so you may want to do a couple of different things, or a couple of extra things that would allow you to kind of really build up your business a little bit quicker. So what I'm talking about here, guys, is actually building a blog. So the reason why you'd want to build up a blog, guys, is because it allows you to really have a home when it comes to working online, right? And so even if you found yourself in a position where you are, maybe at a networking event or at a party or something like that, and people are asking, what do you do, right? You could always guide people to your website, right? Say, hey, you know what? If you want to find out a little bit more about what I do, you can actually check out, johnsmith.com or whatever your brand name is, right? In my case, it's like netplaymarketing.com. And so it allows you to kind of start building up a brand around yourself, right? Which is actually what you want to do. So I didn't touch upon this earlier, right, guys? But when you're, even though you're promoting somebody else's product or service or whatever, right? You don't want to build your whole identity around that product or service, right? Because I see this happening especially a lot in the circles of network marketing. I see a lot of network marketers who basically start creating brands and stuff around, their network marketing business. And the thing is, though, is that if that business were to go under for whatever reason, or the name changes or something like that, then you basically have to start again from scratch, because you have to rebuild that brand altogether. But if you build a brand around you, right, you being the main person, the main focus, right, and basically the main person that people are going to be building a relationship with, what'll happen is that you can always pivot, right? You can always change the direction of what you're promoting and all that stuff, because the content that you might be creating can still be evergreen, right? It could be still stuff that can still help anybody, but you're just guiding them to basically a different product, at some point or another, right? If things do change. So that's the benefit of really being able to, first off, have a blog, but also building up a brand around you, right, as the main focus. Also, what a blog allows you to do is you're able to go ahead and actually combine it with whatever other organic traffic you were actually working with. So let's say if you were posting on Facebook, you can send people to your blog. If you have a YouTube channel that you've created, you can always send people back to your blog, right? If you are creating Instagram following, you can always send people back to your blog. In other case, you can always send people back to your home, right? And that's where they can learn more about you, consume more of your content, and basically start building up this like and trust with you. And that's the most important thing, because if people can begin to like and trust you, you start to become that trusted advisor. And then, because whenever it is that you actually recommend a product or a service, people have that trust with you, they've built that relationship with you, and what will happen is that it'll make it way easier for them to want to buy products, maybe not once but multiple times, right? So I can't even tell you how many times I have my own mentors that I have followed, right, that I have purchased multiple products and services and things from them just because I've been following them for years. I know that I trust them. I built a relationship with them. I've reached out to them and they've replied back to me. And so because of that, I have this relationship with them that I know that they won't steer me in the wrong direction. And so I've purchased multiple products, whether it's an actual product, an actual service, a software, maybe even direct coaching, from them. So that's the kind of customer and the kind of follower you want, right? You want those kind of like super excited fans that are going to buy multiple products from you, because that's how you're going to be able to really scale up and grow your business to a whole other level, right? And you can't do that if you don't build up this brand and you don't do this stuff that I'm talking about here today. So another thing that your blog allows you to do is it allows you to create like a channel, right, or a funnel for you to be able to collect people's emails. So you're probably asking yourself, well, why would I want to do that? Well, the reason why you want to do that, guys, is because once you start to build an email list, what it allows you to do is it allows you to go ahead and actually follow up with people, right? Think of maybe an email list that maybe you're a part of, whether it's from a guru, maybe it could be something as simple as a retail store chain, right? Everybody kind of has an email list now, right? I can't tell you how many times I've actually signed up to a mailing list for a local pizza place, and they are so diligent at emailing me every single weekend that there's some weekends I wasn't even thinking about getting a pizza, but they gave me a really good deal, and I was like, you know what? I could have a pizza tonight. And so the reason they got me was because they sent me an email and I saw it and they gave me a promotion that allowed me to want to go over there and want to buy that pizza from them, right? Same sort of idea though. You can be in constant communication with your email list, right? And you can provide them with more content, you can provide them with more value, as well as you are able to go ahead and advertise to them once in a while, right? Letting them know about whatever's happening with you, or the products and the services that you're talking about, maybe the results you were getting, maybe the results some other people or other followers that you have are getting, and so that'll help motivate people to maybe want to buy your product or service. All right, guys, I want to share with you guys here a really quick example of how you can actually use something like your blog to go ahead and actually advertise and kind of refer people and suggest to people to find out more about your product or service without it feeling like super salesy or slimy, right, for you, right? So here's an example of a blog that I wrote a little while back, right? And as you can see here, I have content, and this blog post is called 7 Lessons for the New Internet Marketer. So basically what I'm doing is I'm talking about my experience. I'm talking about 7 things that I think people really need to pay attention to when they're building an online business. And so it's a pretty long blog, actually, guys. And so within the blog though, I have like little links where I send people, or I'm talking about maybe a specific product or a service, right? And because there's a hyperlink there, people can click on it and find out more about that product. And usually that product is a product that I'm an affiliate for, right? And so they can find out more about that, as well as that bottom link actually sends people to more content that I've created. So if they want to learn more about other stuff about me, it just gives people more of an opportunity to build more of a relationship with me because they're consuming more of my content. And then there's the option like all the way on the right there where you'll see there's like that banner ad, right, where that's more of a blatant advertisement saying, hey guys, I know you're on my blog right now, and if you'd like basically my free training, basically click here and you can get access to that, right? And so there's so many avenues for people to go ahead and get to either consume more of your content, build more trust and like with you, or fully on going ahead and getting involved with your product or service that they want to. And so your blog, like I said, again, is not only in your home, but a really great way for you to be able to channel and people to basically different offers and different opportunities too. All right, so the last step now, guys, is that if you wanted to get involved with something like this, right, and you have a little bit more of a budget, so let's say $500 or more, then there are definitely things that will help you kind of fast track your success and your results as well. So in this case, what I want to talk to you guys about is investing in yourself. So if you have a budget of $500 or more, right, what I definitely would recommend is kind of investing in yourself, right, and investing in your own education. And so this could be by you going ahead and maybe taking on your own mentor, taking on your own coach, maybe buying coaching or direct coaching with them. It could be you buying courses that'll help kind of walk you through the process of you know, how to lay out your business and how to do things a little bit more successfully, right? It's a great way for you to be able to do that. It'll also allow you to go ahead and invest in tools that you might need to be able to go ahead and start creating a more structured long-term business. So for example, in terms of tools that will allow you to build like a proper sales funnel, so things like you know, creating up sales pages and creating helping you build your email list with autoresponders and doing all that stuff, right? And so you might need some money to invest into some of those tools, right? But with those tools, what it allows you to do is you're actually going to be able to build an actual structured system. And once you have that system in place, aka known as a sales funnel, what it'll allow you to do is will allow you to automate some of the sales process when it comes to you generating leads and taking people through the sales journey, which is what really will allow you to create passive income, which I know is the goal for a lot of you guys probably watching right now, right? Which is to have that regular income coming in. And this is one of the biggest reasons why affiliate marketing is a super scalable option for a lot of people. And the last thing really, guys, is that basically it allows you to go ahead and leverage and be able to create multiple lists that you might be able to leverage, right? So for example, you have your organic list, which could be from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff we talked about earlier. You'll have your email list as well, right, that you'll be able to start collecting from your blog and things like that, right, as well as from the sales funnel themselves, where you'll be able to feed people through there and be able to nurture and build up those relationships through those means as well. So finally, guys, if you kind of put all these things into action, you put all these, you know, moving parts into play, what'll happen is that you're going to basically become the expert, right? You're going to become the expert that maybe you're looking up to right now, right? And that's one of the coolest feelings you're ever going to get, right? Because, you know, you'll get people who basically are starting from nowhere and moving up to getting some really great success, or people who are going to be really excited to want to work with you, right? So I have Kenneth here, for example, you know, who when I was creating a product, you know, a little while back, I was creating a course teaching people about how to start their own agencies and stuff like that, right? So he was super excited about it. He's like, you know, when are you launching it? You know, when is this going? I want it right now. And this is just because I literally had in my Facebook group, I was just jumping on there, you know, on a daily basis, creating a quick Facebook Live and just sharing content, sharing things that were working in my business, sharing case studies and stuff like that. And so he knew and regarded me as an expert because I was just sharing this content as I was kind of growing. And at that time, guys, my agency was just starting. I had just started things going, but because I was sharing this content along the way, you know, before I even created a product, he was already reaching out. I was like, when are you creating a course? I need it, right? And so it's a really cool feeling, as well as like, you know, when you share this content and people will take it and run with it, you know, they you know, the results that they get is one of the coolest feelings you're ever going to feel. For example, like Kenny here, who basically started with me, was able to land his first couple of clients by some of the advice and some of the stuff that I was teaching in my Facebook group again, right? And basically he went on to work for events that were hosting people like Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins and Jordan Belfort and all that. And so that's pretty cool, right? And so guys, I'm just sharing these things just to show you guys what's possible, right? Because a lot of these guys started with me when I was just getting started, right? And so you don't need to be an expert to get yourself going with any of this, guys. You just need to get going, right? And that's one of the biggest things that I could really share with you guys here in this video. So I really hope this video was able to kind of give you a little bit of guidance, give you a little bit of a structure in terms of what you want to do and what you need to do to kind of get yourself going. And if you want to learn a little bit more about, you know, affiliate marketing specifically and how you can actually get going with it, and I actually have a training course that I'll have a link to in the description here, guys, where you guys can get access to it. It's completely free, and it'll share with you guys basically a walkthrough of how you want to actually structure your own affiliate marketing business and how you can do it for yourself using some of the tools that I'm personally using myself. All right, guys, so I really hope this video was helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.